Host, moderator, ringmaster, MC, master of ceremonies, or Toastmaster. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, no matter what you call it, when you're the Toastmaster or MC, you're in charge of the meeting. It's your job to make sure that everything is set up correctly when you get here, that everything runs smoothly while you're here, that we stick to the schedule, and that we end on time. Your job actually starts before the meeting does. And I know West End hasn't always done that, but part of the Toastmaster's job is to contact everybody that is going to be serving as a role under you that day and make sure that they understand that they have a role, make sure that they understand how to perform that role, and if they have any questions to help them find those answers. We haven't done that. We've asked Toastmasters to do that before, and we've had some that have forgotten Wednesday morning or whatever the meeting day was. They sent out a quick email, well, by then it's too late. So I know Donna, as Vice President of Education, myself, have always taken it upon ourselves to do that. In the future, we might want to look at having the Toastmasters do it, and if they don't do it, oh well, they're the ones that screwed up, they're the ones that smell up bad. And Toastmasters suggest that you call them and see if they have any questions. We've never done that as well because email is so much easier. It's a little bit difficult, you always have to leave a voicemail and then they get back and forth to you. A quick email, I think, is a good way to do it. When you send out this email, you should request the speakers get back to you with the speech title, the project number, the time of the speech, and also should come up with an introduction. If there's something specific that you want your evaluator to look at, you can get that information to them as well. One of the things that that I think about, and I can see myself doing it right now, is hands out in front, flopping around all the time. And so that's one of the things that I'd like my evaluators to look at. Am I doing that, or am I dancing around? I back and forth. So things like that are a good idea to get to the Toastmaster so that they can pass that on to the evaluators. The other thing that you need to do before the meeting is to fill out the evaluation form. Now I know as we've gotten new members, Donna has updated this and emailed it out to the members. I'll continue to do that. It's very easy to fill out. It's a Word document. You click on the role and match it up with what's on the schedule. The presiding officer is always going to be Dustin unless he happens to not be here, and then if you know that in advance, it'll be the next person in line. Let's see what else on here. I guess the title and the manual are two things that, or the title and the time are two things that don't have a drop down. Just type in the information that you're given there. And make, I don't know, I usually make about 10 copies, I guess, to have it on hand. If you don't have a printer, or if you don't have access to a Word document and you can get a hold of, I'd be happy to print them out, or Dustin has volunteered to print them out as well. But that is one of the responsibilities of the Toastmaster. The Sergeant at Arms is responsible for setting up the room. Denise has done an excellent job of that ever since I've come in. It's always been set up and ready to go. If she's not been here, Dustin has filled in for that. But as Toastmaster of the meeting, it's your responsibility to make sure it's done right. When you get in here, make sure that the ballots are out, make sure that the clock is out, and the timing lights, and everything is ready to go. As the meeting goes along, if we get behind schedule or if we get ahead of schedule, you might need to either cut something out, make the table topics a little bit shorter or something like that, or maybe you'll need to make some more comments to spread that time out so we can use most of the 55 minutes that we have available. Usually when somebody has longer speeches, such as Dustin's working out of a manual with 14-minute speeches, I'm going to try to schedule only one speaker that day. If it happens that we have two, you're looking at 21 minutes, so you're going to have to decide, what do I do to get everything done in the allotted time? One of the things that you could do is at the beginning of the meeting is the introductory, where you describe what your roles are. Those are important because they let guests know what we're doing, and it also gives each of us a little bit more stage time during the meeting. But that is something that can be eliminated from time to time, just to give a little bit of extra time for the meeting. The times are on the form. All you need to do is go down there and look at it. Okay, if it's 12:35, we need to get table topics started. And if the table topics presenter is up here wondering, do I have time for one more? There's a clock right there. If it's 12:43, you probably have time for one more. If it's 12:44, 25, you better pass it back to the Toastmaster. Basically, you want to, when your presiding officer introduces you, and this is for all the roles, you'll wait up here behind the lectern until the Toastmaster gets up here or until the speaker gets up here. You'll shake hands with them. It's a good idea for the Toastmaster to sit close to the front of the room because you're up and down quite a bit. I know last week and this week with Donna we're having to do double roles, so we have to run back and forth. When we get into a larger meeting room, if you're sitting on the other end of the room, that's going to be a lot of time consumed walking back and forth. Once the speakers are completed, ask the members to vote for their favorite speaker, pass the basket, and then let them know where that it needs to end up. With 5 of us, we probably know it's the Sergeant of Arms, but if you have guests or as the meeting, more members are here, it gets a little bit confusing as to where they go. Another of the things that's a little bit confusing is, do I stand in place or do I come to the lectern to do my role? As Toastmaster, you can tell them, Dustin, would you please stand and do the joke? Dustin, would you please come forward? And Donna did that this morning. She asked Dustin to come forward. So he knew exactly what he's to do. Like I said, I was semi-prepared. There was something else I was going to say, but I don't recall what that was, and my time is up anyway. So, if there are any questions on any of the roles, part of my job as Vice President of Education is help you with your education and help you learn how to do it. You can always contact me. I know Dustin is more than happy to help out. Donna's been around. Donna's been at the member of the club longer than anybody. And so I'm sure she'd be happy to help out as well. With that, I will turn the meeting back over to our Toastmaster of the day.